All right. Looks like we're live. All right. What? Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on. Oh my God. Got it. But I don't know what's going on YouTube. All right. Well, good morning. I don't know if anybody is here live or not. I'm having a lot of technical problems this morning with YouTube. Set the whole thing up like I usually do, and it wasn't working. So I am in my Zoom room and live streaming to YouTube. I hope that actually is live streaming, and I guess we'll find out in about 45 minutes or so. Give me a moment to reposition the camera so that you can see more of me. I want you to be able to see what happens when our hands are overhead in the form. So just begin with your stance and be patient for a minute or two. And we'll see if we can get a fuller shot here. All right, a little bit better. That's a little better. Okay. Welcome to the Friday morning Qigong and meditation practice. My name is Amy Ward-Brimmer. I'm the director here at Way Opens Wellness. And if you've been following Qigong classes online or coming on these Friday morning open sessions, you know we always start our warm-up with swinging the arms. So adopting a stance that's relaxed yet upright, so your feet about hip width apart. Make sure you're not locking your knees. If you're not sure if you're locking or tightening your knees, go ahead and really tighten your knees and then let them go. And as you swing your arms like this, you'll begin, as soon as you pick up a little momentum, you'll start to feel how your knees and feet are bouncing. Your knees kind of bounce. There's movement in the legs for this as well. So you got to free up your knees for that. Now this is a warm-up for the body, obviously, but it's also a warm-up for the mind, the attention. And we talk about this form of Qigong being movement, breath, and awareness. And today we're going to really be intending to see how doing these movements and the flow of our breath actually boosts awareness. And we'll let today's practice be about practicing staying aware. So we're not going to worry too much about the form, the order, doing it right, not doing it right. We're really just going to be interested in bringing full attention to each of the moves, each of the moments, and seeing what we can discover. So we're really focused on embodied awareness this morning. This arm swinging should be easy and enjoyable. It shouldn't be wearing you out. And as you can see, my hands don't even come up that high. They don't really come past my shoulders. So we're not doing a big stretch or a huge thing. We're just beginning to pump some energy up from below. See if you can feel in your feet the connection to the earth through the soles of the feet. And it's almost like, I had one teacher do this in this class one time, of picturing pumping energy up as we're swinging our arms. The way you might pump water up from the earth, we're pumping earth energy up, coming up through our feet, into our ankles, into the shins and calves. Energy rising up into the knees, the unlocked knees, into the thighs. How much more could you let go through the muscles of your legs and still be standing here swinging? Don't brace yourself with your legs. Let that energy flow up from below. Free your legs. And then it comes all the way up into the pelvis, into center, dantian, base of the spine, rising up through the spine, through the middle of the body, all the way up past the shoulders, through the neck, right into the base of the brain and right at the top of your head. So you're pumping energy up from below and it's emerging up above. It's an image to hold in mind. Good. We can let this arm swinging come to stillness. Now we're going to begin spiraling, move forward so I don't hit anything, letting the arms pinwheel out and wrap around and tap the body. And then letting this gradually come to stillness. Inhale, exhale, let the head drop forward. Breathe in and begin neck rolls. Gently shifting, rolling the weight of the head around to free the joints of the neck. When your head's hanging back like this, is a good time to let that jaw drop open. Folks hold an incredible amount of tension in their jaws. Yeah, okay, so letting the head go the other way if you haven't changed direction. Moving through those circuits and aware, simply aware of sensation. Back of the neck, throat, tops of the shoulders. Good, let the head hang forward. If you'd like an extra stretch and your neck is not too sore, you can interlace your fingers, hang your arms and hands over the back of your head. Big breath in. Let the hands drop and continue moving the top of the head toward the ground, toward your toes. So you're going to go into the spinal flexion and you can let your knees bend as you come over. I mean, if you have really great hamstrings and you want to stretch them, you can do that. But this is really about letting gravity take all the tension in the upper body. Now we're going to press into the feet, right? And feel the legs lengthening up and lifting the torso. And we'll reorganize the spine from the tailbone all the way up, very gradually. Awareness of each section of your spine coming up until the head is the very last thing to come up. And beginning shoulder rolls. This is this warm-up sequence of opening the joints. And so we've done some things with the joints of the spine, specifically the neck. And now we're doing shoulders. And you can go the other way. If you'd like to coordinate your breathing with this move, you can. Breathing in one way and out the other. But we're really aware, we're really interested in this freeing up, this opening up of this upper back. Feel those shoulder blades moving up and down in the back there. Yeah, good. Just do whatever your shoulders need right now. Maybe it's to rest them. Maybe one needs a little bit more rotation, maybe not. Just feel what that whole region needs. Now we're going to cross at the wrist and throw the arms away and back, kind of as if we're throwing the tension out of the arms, letting the elbows be very soft. And you can also feel how this opens up across the chest, across the collarbones, the pectorals. Don't be violent when you throw your hands back, but you can be firm. Put a little energy in that. Good. Now that's coming to an end, and we'll just focus on the wrists now. So crossing again at the wrists, you want to rotate the wrists on each other in one direction, and then change direction and go the other way. And one thing you might be aware of is whatever direction you started this wrist roll in is probably your dominant direction. Good. So opening and closing all the little joints of the fingers. And we'll just breathe in and lift up while we do this. If you'd like to come up on your toes, this is a nice way to open. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Shake it out. Okay, spine, arms, shoulders, chest, rib cage. So just feel the sides of your ribs for a moment and then place a hand here on the breastbone, the sternum. And as you inhale, so just getting a sense of your whole three-dimensional ribs. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your sternum toward the sky. So breathing in. And as you exhale, you're going to round your upper back, the thoracic spine, your whole rib cage rounds forward. And then inhale. Lifting and exhale. Curling. So it's a little bit like the yoga cat and cow, but we're only moving through the part of the spine connected to the ribs, seeing if you can really increase that flexibility in the rib cage. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting toward the ceiling, just the ribs, and then on the exhale, let the ribs come back to center. Now, reaching out with the sides of your ribs in this kind of parallel move, not a move we do very often, but it helps the rib cage, the spine, to get a little bit of this action. Opens it up. You know, our ribs are this lattice work and they expand on the inhale and drop back down on the exhale. And so we want them to be able to move in and out easily. So that's one reason that we just try to remember to move through this part of the body. It can get very fixed. Now rubbing the hands together, let's give our lower backs just a little bit of TLC. So I'm getting some heat between my hands and then just kind of rubbing here through the lumbar region, some of these lower back muscles, that curve. It's right underneath the rib cage, right above the pelvis. Lots of very strong muscles here. They need a little TLC. Good. And then let's pound with loose fists those big, strong buttocks muscles. Or just gently but firmly. I don't know if that's possible. You know, don't hurt yourself, but firmly, yeah, use a little bit of energy to pound out some of the big held muscles at the base of the pelvis and the buttocks and at the top of the thighs. These are really big, strong muscles. Sometimes just rubbing or light touch doesn't work. So we'll stimulate those. And then we're going to actually slap down the fronts of the legs. We're going to slap up the outsides of the legs, down the insides, and up the backs. Just this kind of gentle slapping with care, not with anger, waking up the legs a little, waking up those muscles. And then we'll move into pelvic rotations. I'm putting my hands on my hips because this is what a lot of people do for this move, but it's not necessary. You can let your hands be at your sides or have them behind you, wherever it feels good for you. And we're really just trying, like we did with the ribs, we're really just trying to isolate the pelvis now. Go the other way. Do a few rotations in the other direction. One awareness you might have as you do this move is how the movement of the pelvis is mirrored in the soles of the feet. So you can feel how the weight shifts when you shift, right? So feeling that in the feet. So we're moving through the pelvis, but see if you can keep some sense of how this is mirrored in the soles of your feet. Good. Staying connected to that earth energy that we started with. Okay, hips now, knees. Warming up the knees, just doing a few rotations in both directions. Then extending a foot, we're going to point and flex. And this is the place where, I didn't bring a chair over today, but if you have a chair or a piece of furniture that you need to hold on to for stability, it's fine. Or you could sit on a chair and do this. At least the ankle moves you could do. We're going to point and flex and then do our circles in both directions. And again, awareness of your ankle joint. How much time do you ever spend time paying attention to your ankles? Some people do, but a lot of people don't. And then here's this pedaling move, this bicycle. And feeling this awareness of how hip, knee, and ankle all work together. Good. Take a moment before you do the other leg and just notice if there's any difference between one leg and the other. Then extending the other foot, we're going to point and flex that ankle a few times, and then circles in both directions. Opening the joints, making it easier for the chi to flow, making it easier for the body to flow with the chi. This is why we spend, almost as much time in the warm-up as we do doing the form, right? Yeah. Good, good. Bring that leg back to the ground, right underneath your hips. Mm-hmm. So we're placing our hands right over center, known as Dantian. If you're a yoga practitioner, this is, I guess, the center of Hara. It is also the center of gravity in the body, just from a physiological point of view. How we have this base of support right here. Or I could stand with my back to you and say right here, because in the back, it's right in the center here of your sacrum. And to be more accurate, standing sideways, it's between my hands, right? So right here at the base, we're going to start. This is home base. Now, imagine that behind your hands, in the center of your pelvic bowl, is a little sun, or if you prefer the traditional image, a pearl. Big breath in, let it out. We'll do that 3 more times, and each time we breathe in, we're polishing the pearl, or we're brightening the sun. So you can use whatever image works for you on the in-breath. Now we're going to let the hands come slightly away from the body. I find it comfortable to have my fingertips meet like this, but you could have your hands apart or on the sides or however you would like to place them. Hovering off the body right in front of where they were just placed. As you breathe in, let the hands move away from the body. As you breathe out, they come back in a little closer. Do that several times, coordinating it with your breathing, and see if you can feel the magnetism of the energy field right outside the edge of where it seems your body stops, but does not. So there's this energy body all around the known physical body. So as you breathe in, you're expanding. As you breathe out, you're coming back home. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. And out. Good. Now, excuse me. Put your hands together, one palm on top of the other. Gradually bring them away slightly. Breathing in, hands move away from each other. Breathing out, they come back close. So we're inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Playing with a chi ball. Imagine that you've got a ball, something viscous, sticky, powerful, magnetic between your hands, because you do. We're going to practice awareness of this today. As we move through the form, focus today on the relationship of the hands to one another. Well, we're still obviously going to be aware of the whole body, but noticing the movements of the hands as they move away from each other, as they move together. Notice, if you can, feel this energy, this chi moving between the hands. Hopefully you can feel it moving all throughout the body and all around the body. But today, let's just choose to pay intentional awareness to this idea of energy between the hands. All right. Raising the chi. Inhaling. Exhaling. Each of the 18 moves are meant to be done 8 to 12 times in repetition. And this opening move can be done as many times as you want. In fact, my advice is to open your time of practice with these 18 moves. Take your time with this first move. This is where we establish our pace of breathing, the connection to the ground, and the connection to the sky or the heavens above. Again, these are the 18 harmonizing movements, and we are harmonizing the energy below with the energy above. And it all gets harmonized within and through our bodies. So you're following the pace of your breath with your movement. My hands rise for the length of an in-breath and come back down for the length of an out-breath. Opening the heart to what is. Again, inhaling, feeling that chi between the hands. Exhaling, bring it back down. Swinging the rainbow, breathing in, breathing out. Awareness of the energy between the hands. Swinging the rainbow of chi. Inhaling back to center, and then as you exhale, palms toward the sky, parting the clouds. So we're breathing in, lifting up on the inhale, then palms toward the sky, parting the clouds. Looking up until you start the swiping motion, then you're looking straight ahead. Breathing in. Breathing out. How is the chi between the hands today? Awareness of pleasure as well. Awareness of enjoyment and ease. Breathing out, leaving the hands outstretched, and then we begin floating silk through the air. Spiral begins in the pelvis, at Dantian, at center, home base. That's where the spiral begins, and then everything above your pelvis will follow. Nice light arms, outstretched but not stiff, as though the arms themselves are the silk that's floating. Keep it light and easy. This form is meant to be playful and fun, believe it or not. You can't always tell. Sometimes I take it real seriously, but it's important to keep it light and open. Awareness is interested in where ease can be. Breathing in, then coming behind, up and overhead. We're exhaling and inhaling. Let the legs bring you down so that instead of bending the whole upper body, we're just going back and forth like this through the legs. Then we add the arms. Oh, this is rowing across the big lake. Once more. Good. We'll come back to center, sweeping a hand across to lift the sun and bringing it back. Home base. Chi between the hands. Switch hands. Breathe in. Lift the sun. Breathe out. We're lifting a hand and a heel and bringing the hand and the heel back down. Awareness of chi between the hands, maybe right here before you change direction and go the other way. Staying aware of the hands in relation to each other and in relation to Dantian, to chi. Gazing at the moon. Same thing, both hands. Inhaling and exhaling. We're not lifting the heels on this one though. Just feeling what's between your hands as you breathe in, gaze at the moon. Breathe out, come back, pass by, center. Breathe in, lift again. Maybe a big full moon of life energy, of chi or ki between your hands. Easy breathing. Yes, now inhaling one hand, pulling it back, and breathing out as you push out. Turn, grab, inhale, come back to center. This is gathering lotus leaves. And you can gather any kind of plant or anything actually, even conceptually, that you might need today. We're exhaling, pushing out, reaching, gathering in what's needed. One more on each side. Good. Next move is waving at clouds, hand in front of eyes, and spiraling on an out breath. Inhaling, bringing the other hand up, spiraling over, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One hand hovering in front of center, the other hand hovering in front of your eyes. Awareness of both hands. and the energy between them. Coming back to center. Inhale. On the out breath, stepping forward into a lunge to scoop the ocean. Inhale, lean back, looking at the sun. We're scooping the ocean. Imagine being at the water's edge, coming forward, scooping up the ocean, then leaning on that back foot, looking at the sky. And if there was water in your hands, it would be splashing in your face. So bring that life energy up and let it cover you. This is one of the more complicated of the moves. Most of them are simple. This one has a few more working parts. And so if you're struggling with scooping the ocean, looking at the sky, I hope you'll come to class on Monday or Wednesday when I can do more individualized instruction. And we all improve our form as we learn and practice together. Good, bring your front foot back. Inhale, exhale, step out on the other side and repeat. Scoop the ocean. Look at the sky. Let your legs be what are moving you back and forth. And where's the chi between the hands? We bring the front foot back. We're going to lunge again, but this time inhale, palms face forward, step out, pushing the waves. You can angle about 45 degrees off to one side. Just make sure that the direction your hands are pushing is the same direction that your leg is going. So if your leg's out to the side, don't push over here. Follow that line. Or if you're coming straight forward, because you can do that as well, same thing. As you breathe in, bring your front foot back. Inhale, step out, repeat on the other side, pushing the waves. The back foot pushing is what brings you forward. It's not your arms and your hands, it's your back leg pushing off. So none of this, right? Use your legs as they're meant to be used. Good, bring your front foot back. Nobody's using their legs properly. Almost nobody. Good, we're going to do one more lungy move. Inhale, exhale, step out again into a lunge and circling the hands and arms. Flying dove spreads its wings. Last one. So as you inhale, bring the front foot back. Exhale, step out on the other side and repeat. Now this one, as you can see, is I'm not going off to the side. This is like straight forward. And again, awareness of chi between the hands. And awareness of center in the pelvis. Inhale, bring the front foot back. Loose fists at hip height. Exhale, turn. Inhale, dragon emerging from the sea. A little sinking down on the extension when you bring your fist out and then straightening the knees as you come back. So we're sinking down as we extend back, coming back up. Good. This one is deceptively simple. It is a simple move, and that means there's a lot of ways to mess it up. And we'll work on that in our Monday and Wednesday classes too. All right. Nice wide stance. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Flying wild goose. Sorry, the shot's maybe not showing this. At least it's not on my Zoom. When your hands meet at the top, the backs of the hands, because you're coming up, lifting the backs of the hands toward each other, they touch briefly, right? I'm sorry, that's not as visible, at least in the shot that I'm seeing. So we're inhaling, lifting up on the toes, hands are touching, back down we go. Good, and then we inhale right into the windmill. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Palms coming toward the ground on the inhale, palms coming toward the sky on the inhale, on the exhale, coming down. Sorry, breathing in, breathing out. Then we'll change direction, go the other way. And you can go all the way down to the ground if you want, or you can just come to about knee height. It's not so important how deeply you can bend. It's your sense of the chi that you're moving. Right? This is why our awareness today is on what's between my hands. All right. Find that neutral stance again, feet under hips. We're going to inhale into walking through the tall grass, as though you're walking through a big field of grass, lifting the opposite hand and foot. Again, following your breath. So that long, slow exhale, long, slow inhale means long, slow movements up and down. If balance is a problem, you might try anchoring your gaze across the room or on the floor in front of you, maybe 10 feet or so, 6 to 10 feet. Anchoring the gaze can sometimes help you feel more secure and balanced. The last one, whichever side you're on, breathing in, breathing out. And now we're going to inhale, exhale. This is gathering the fragrance of the earth. So gathering something that smells real good from a garden. Good, last one, and we will end as we started, with hands right over center. Let's spread a little chi through the belly. Start with small circles right at center and make them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it goes all the way around the whole, basically lower half of the front of your torso. Then go the other way, reverse. We're going to wind it back in, back to center. Cross the pelvis, back of your hand brushing back of your sacrum. And then from one shoulder to the opposite hip. Left hand comes out to be the moon. Right hand fist is going to be the sun. We're going to bring the sun and the moon together in a salute and a bow. And I say namaste. Thank you for your Qigong practice. We got a late start because of those technical problems, but we still have about a little less than 10 minutes for some meditation practice. If you'd like to stay, I'll pull my cushion over. And we'll sit. So we're just continuing the same awareness that we've been intending to follow, although we won't pay quite as much attention to energy between the hands, but in the same way that you were attending to the body in the movement. See if you can feel that earth energy coming up through the seat that you've taken. The root of your body here, the pelvic floor, the sitting bones, the base of your spine, settling right onto the seat that you're in and supported by Earth's gravity. If you'd like to gently close your eyes, you can do that, or just have a soft downward gaze so that you're really more intimately, sensitively moving the attention inward. And just checking to see that you're allowing the weight of your body to be supported. Is there any more release available to you right now in the contact you're making with the seat of your chair or cushion? Is there more letting go? Can you feel even more free to trust gravity to hold you right now? From the stable base, we have our lengthening spine, the shoulders, letting go, dropping away from the ears, releasing out nice and wide. The arms and hands resting easily. For a moment, you might bring awareness again to the hands and feel what they're touching, and also what's touching them. What's touching your hands. While we meditate, the mind will be producing thoughts, and it's possible that your attention will get attracted by some of those thoughts and it will wander off. That is normal, and it's not a problem. And the moment you notice that you're lost in thought, you're no longer lost in thought. So it's fine. Just simply let go of whatever has pulled your attention away and bring it back to this body sitting. You might want to tune in just to the breath as a way of staying present. And there's nothing else to do right now except feel the sensations of the breath in the body. Noticing this interesting thing about breathing in that we just spent time directing our breath, breathing in a particular way to do the Qigong form. But now we're just sitting and allowing the body to breathe on its own, in its own way. So we can direct the breath, but we don't have to. And right now, we're not going to. Simply going to receive the sensations of this body breathing in and out without our direction or assistance in any way. Just feeling the breath. Keep it simple. Do your best and let that be good enough. Resting in sensations of breathing and the flow of life energy in this body. Throughout the rest of the day, or whatever is next for you, choosing to remember to pause now and then and simply feel, how is the chi flowing in me right now? What is my awareness of life energy? It's important to practice Qigong to develop finesse and precision within the form, but that is not an end in itself. The idea with Qigong and any kind of mindfulness meditation is to bring that expanded understanding and ease into the rest of our life. So for the rest of today, I invite you to, again, see if you can remember to pause and just feel into this life that's flowing through your body. Don't take it for granted. Someday it will end. So enjoy this body while you can. Thank you for joining me for practice today. If you're finding these Friday morning movement and meditation sessions useful for you, please show your gratitude by making a generous donation. People who have made donations this year are the ones who are making these freely offered programs possible. So pay it forward to the next person who discovers these free YouTube sessions, and in this case, Zoom session. I really appreciate your support, as do the other people who are able to participate in Way Open's programs because of your generosity. Have a great day.